Hi, I'm Terry Strongman at Thranky Ramacharaka. Recently, I had been asked to make a video about fitting in to society if you tend to not fit in. All right, so this is a follow-up. Before getting started, though, if you haven't done so already, then please take this time right now to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to give this video a thumb up if you like it by the time it's over. And share the joy of the channel with others. And as always, again, I'm Turk Strongman at Thranky Ramacharaka. Let's get going. More about fitting in. I'm also going to talk about, excuse me, the idea of belonging, along with this idea of fitting in. Now, look, in that first video, I gave some clues, I gave some hints, some suggestions, let's put it that way, about how to go about fitting in. I forget what all I said. I have more to say. It's this. Look, it's not a good idea to become somebody you're not in order to fit in. In fact, the very notion of fitting in kind of carries with it a connotation that suggests becoming what others expect you to be in order to be one of them, or to act the way they expect you to act. Now, this is not being true to yourself. That should be pretty obvious. So this is not a good suggestion. The idea is not to change who you are or to change your attributes. One thing I'm sure I mentioned that is important here as well is that it's really a good idea to understand, to be quite familiar with, and personally experience and feel that everything it is that about you that could fit in or not fit in to the general society in which you find yourself. These are things like your physical body, your thoughts, your emotions, your personal atmosphere, okay, all of these things. These are instruments of your instruments, your specific instruments of expression and creativity, of experience, of energy control. They're not going to be the same as everybody else's. All right. So, everybody wants to feel special or different, to stand out, right? Well, that means not quite fitting in, doesn't it? I mean, how can you stand out if you fit in, right? So, I just want you to get an idea of the difference here between a healthy notion of belonging, a healthy experience of belonging, and an unhealthy experience of fitting in. I'm trying it from various angles here. You have instruments of expression that are yours. Now, what does it mean to be yours? Well, there must be some true self in there somewhere, right? That experiences by way of these instruments of experience, these tools of expression, these tools of energy control, these tools of perception, etc., of acting. All of these things are your tools, okay? So you have a right to use them. Now, you can use them in certain ways that make you seem a little more like everybody else than maybe what you really are when just left, on your own, so to speak. All right. You can do that. Sure. That's not unhealthy. But this means you're in control of your instruments of expression, not at the control of somebody else's whims about how you should act in order to be like them, like they are, or that group of people is. If you want to manage your instruments of expression, your personal atmosphere and so forth, in order to appear to be more like someone else or another group of people in order to gain their cooperation for something. Well, yes, there you go. You can do that as long as you're in charge of this. As long as this is an act of will on your part. As long as this is you controlling your instruments of expression in order to achieve that goal. Everybody has to do some bit of that sometime or other. Maybe you have to do it a little more. But you be in control of it. You manage that. You may also find that the more you identify with your true self, the more you establish your true individuality. This and accepting who you are and being who you are and following the courses of things that you're good at, and kind of like try to forget about fitting in, because that's not a healthy thing. No, it's not. You work toward more valuable things like your true selfhood and your self-confidence. Now, I want to give you something to do. Here's another thing. Let's say all of that was number one. Here's number two. You do fit in somewhere at some level. Maybe you don't fit into the immediate culture in which you live or the immediate society in which you live. But you are a human being, I take it. There's some level of awareness, social awareness, at least, in which you do fit, if you want to talk about fitting. It's a good idea to become familiar with that. Hey, look, you belong to the universe. Let's just switch over to belong now. You belong to the universe. You think you fit in to the universe? I'd say you do. All right, so there's that. You got that, right? Now, maybe there's some lesser level than the whole universal structure in which you may also find yourself fitting in already, if you want to talk about fitting in. I'm going to give you something to do. This is a consciousness expansion exercise. I don't think I've ever published this before in any video. I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. But here, look, this is something to do. This is practical instruction. I want you to pay attention. All right? There are some preliminary things that could be learned before this to help make this go better. This is just going to be an out of context, outside of a full-blown comprehensive regime of personal involvement thing to do. So it's going to be effective only to that degree, and also only to the degree of your earnestness about it. And the quality of it will depend upon your motives with it. All right? So just do this the best you can. Do this every day, perhaps for the rest of your life. It's not easy. It's fun. All right? Here it is. Whatever you want to do, you take some deep breaths. Sit down. Sit-ups kind of straight, all right? Put your feet flat on the floor. Breathe abdominally, breathe down in. Some nice deep abdominal breaths, maybe one or two full ones or complete breaths, and then just slow it down. Breathe naturally but relaxedly, easily. Let your abdomen move in and out with it, all right? Rather than your shoulders raising up and down and your chest puffing in and out. Your abdomen moving in and out. Easily, naturally, breathing. All right. Maybe do a little progressive relaxation thing right then. Maybe do a moment of just quieting your mind. Focus. All right? Maybe do an exercise in which, you take a deep breath, and as you're letting it out, you just slump your body all the way down as far as it'll go. And then you slowly come up, allowing the air to come back into your lungs just because of the muscular movement going on. Right? You do that a few times, all right? Get yourself nice and just relaxed, focused, and easy, calm state of mind. All right? And now, focus on the space around you, but with your eyes closed. Focus on the position of your body in the chair. I mean, sense it, feel it. I want you to feel it, experience it. Now, a little more challenging. From there, consider the immediate space around the chair. In front of you, above you, below you, behind you, both sides, all around. And attempt, to the best of your ability, to hold that picture and that experience, that feeling, and that picture in your mind of that space around you all at once. All of it, its entirety, at the same time. You should be able to do that. You should be able to have that sense and be able to envision all of that. All right. If you can. If you cannot, that's fine. Just stay right like that and relax. Feeling the space you're in to the best of your ability, as much of it as you can maintain, even if it's just your position in the chair. Sensing your entire body at once. If you can do this, a little bit of expansion of conscious awareness of where you're at right now and where you fit, right? Where you belong right now, then move to a slightly larger sphere, like the room, the whole room. What's behind you, what's in front of you, you can picture the objects if you know what they are. If you can do that whole sphere, all right? All the directions around you at one time, then move to something larger, like that area of the house that you're in, or the building that you're in, that collection of rooms, the house in general, wherever you're at. Do this incrementally until you've reached your limit. The limit being you can no longer maintain or hold that entire sphere of area all at one time in your mind. That's having reached your limit. Okay? Just go back to the step you were at right before that and feel your existence. Sense your existence. Perceive your existence. Experience that area in its entirety. The one you can. And then call it quits for now. Next time you do it, which should be the next day, see if you can go a little further. This is usually an incremental thing, and you will be able to go further. You will be able to go further and further. Now here's the deal. You should also, as time goes on, feel more comfortable wherever you're at and whatever your surroundings are. Feel more like you belong there, without having to somehow work it out so that you fit in. You already do, from your point of view now, and that's the one that's important, right? And from that, you collect the confidence that goes with it and turn up its magnitude by yourself. Just turn it up. Feel what that self-confidence feels like, and do my calm attention technique. That's on another video here. The calm attention technique creates a mood of calm confidence, which should always attend wherever you're attending to, mentally. Now you got something else to combine with that mood of calm confidence, all right? You do that, and you do this, and your concerns about fitting in will diminish somewhat. And when you add in that your most important goal is the establishment of your true selfhood, which brings about your true individuality. And until then, you really don't have any. And you're kind of like, whether you fit anywhere, not quite yet. Okay? Until you get there. That's the thing to focus on. That gives you more control more core control then also over your instruments of expression. All right? And once you've established a sense of true selfhood, you fit in. You have established your selfhood. All right? So there's a little more on that. If you like this video, like I said, please give it a thumb up. Share the joy of the channel with others. And still, I ask again, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, then do it now. And after these humble requests, I say, I'm Turk Strongman. It's Ranki Ramacharaka. Be well.